Huh. This doesn't look like Star Rail. Hello everybody, my name is Christian, and today we are actually going to be doing an account overview for Honkai Impact 3rd. So, I feel like I don't talk about this as much, especially since the amount of Honkai Impact content on this channel can kinda range a little bit, but the first time I played this game was around March 15th or so, and I have still been playing ever since then. Now, keep in mind, I was not playing consistently at first, and then maybe about a month and a half ago to maybe 2 months, I started actively playing every day to just get dailies, and then since then, I've actually started playing a bit more, to the point where I've done Elysian Realm, I've done the Universal Mirage stuff, and I actually do go participate in Abyss, even though I am really bad at it. But hey, at least I'm doing it. So today we are just going to be looking at some of my characters. I'm going to be talking about the game and just how I feel about it, I guess, because I've never really done a video just purely talking about the game Honkai Impact. I've talked about characters, I've really only talked about characters and designs, but hey, we're going to rectify that today. So I don't know if I should be starting just at the actual beginning of the list here, but I guess that's what I'm going to do. So, as you can see, this is Lantern. This is the most recent, what is it? It's not 5-star in this game. S rank, that's what it is. This is the most recent S rank Valkyrie to be released into Honkai Impact 3rd. So, funny story, I was kind of just doing polls randomly. I didn't really care too much about getting the character, but I do quite like her design, her aesthetic, and everything. So, in my mind, I thought, alright, well, I have enough for 40 pulls or whatever. And, if anything, I can still just keep saving until, like, Senna comes back around, or Elysia comes back around. So, I decided to do a few pulls on the first time. I got really just nothing. And then it said 60 pulls left, and I decided, oh, okay. Yeah, sure, I'll do one more or whatever. I did another 10 pull, and I still got nothing. But then, I did one more set, and Lantern appeared. So, I got Lantern in about 50 out of 90 pulls, I believe? It was either 50 out of 90, or it was 40 out of 90, which is either way, very, very nice. But yeah, so now I have Lantern. I have not really invested anything in her yet, because I like to play this game. I play this game a decent amount. I still don't actually play the game enough, so I don't really have a lot of stigmata, I don't really have a lot of weapons, and I really stick to the one team I have, which is bad. I should not be doing that, and I'm gonna try and get better, I promise. But anyway, so next up, we got Coralie, who is a Part 2 character, and I'm pretty sure you just get her for free. So yeah. Next up, we have Grisio, Starry Impression. So this was actually a character that I got from the starter's manual, and I never really ended up using her much, which is unfortunate. I'm currently gonna start building her just because I only have fire damage dealers. And as you would imagine, that's not very good. So I want to start building some sort of physical team with maybe her and Susanna. She seems like a very fun character, although I haven't actually gotten the chance to meet her in any part of the game yet. So I still need to rectify that. Next, we have this Durandal skin, and this is one of the first characters that I actually use consistently. So, this was a supply box drop from the dorm supply, I believe. Yeah. This was from dorm supply, and it was in like 20 pulls at most. So that was pretty nice. Or actually, wait a minute. Doesn't dorm supply give you a free 5-star in the first 25 pulls? I think it does. I think I'm insane. Anyway, I got her from dorm supply, and I'm very appreciative of that fact. She is a very, very interesting character in how she works, but I quite like it, even though I'm still not great with her, and I don't use her as much as I should. I mainly stick to using my other two characters, which is also not how this game works, but you know, I'm dumb. So on her right now is the Plasma Lance, which I believe is it's either the beginner recommendation or it's the econ recommendation. Either way, it does its job. And then for character stigmata, we have these, which are very much far from impressive, but it's really the best I can manage for right now. Her character skills are fairly leveled up. I still have a bit more to do, but that's also the fact that I'm not a max level captain yet, and she is only at 65. The highest I can raise all my units right now is level 72, so I could do that, but only got so many super EXP chips, and I got to make some other characters, so we're leaving them at this level for right now. Next up is Fu Hua in her Phoenix skin. This was actually the first skin I had ever seen for Fu Hua, and it is the reason why I was so confused, because all of the other ones do not have this same hair. It was very aggravating trying to figure out that character with the bluish gray hair or whatever is the same as this one. Who did this and why? Either way, this design is absolutely fantastic, and this was a character I got from one of the free boxes. So the moment I saw this was available and there was nothing really else for me to use, I immediately sprung for her. This version is unfortunately a fire DPS, which I'm trying to stay away from making more fire right now. So she's going to stay in the back burner for now, but very great design, very cool character. I do want to use her at some point. Next up, we have Raiden Mei, the Hersher of Origin. This was a free character you could get by doing certain tasks in-game. I spent, I believe, 10 hours over 2 days playing through the Part 2 storyline so that I could unlock Hersher of Origin. And let me tell you, it was completely worth it. Not for the Part 2 story, though. The Part 2 story has been okay. I'm not really super partial to it yet. I don't find it as interesting as the original Honkai Impact story. However, it wasn't a bad experience, mind you. And this being the end result, unbelievably worth it. Hersher of Origin has been such a fun character to use. I absolutely love how she plays. I absolutely love all the effects she has. Her design is incredible. I only wish I could make her a bit better, because she just does not have great stuff. This weapon it's a fine weapon, it's just not a fine weapon for her in reality, and I don't really have any better options. And then we have these three stigmata, which are Edison, I believe? Yes, they are the Edison stigmata. I don't have anything better for her, and that's kind of just how things have to stay for the foreseeable future, until I can finally grind up some more stuff. But very fun character, love using her, I have no complaints. Next we have Kallen Kaslana. I've not even seen this character in the story yet. That's really all I have to say about her. Here we go. Next up we have Kiana Kaslana in the Hersher of Finality. Okay, so I'm not the most experienced in this game and I don't have many characters. But I can say pretty definitively, this is the most fun character I've gotten to play with in this game. This freaking battlesuit is so fluid, it feels so powerful, and it feels like so much fun to use. The way she just glides around, the way you could hold to her charge attack and get so many dazzling effects while dealing massive damage is just so good. They absolutely cooked when they were making this. Once again, I wish she was a bit stronger, but I just do not have the avenue right now. I just recently upgraded her stigmata, and I can still technically upgrade all of these to max, but I'm trying to make sure I don't waste all of my resources that quickly. These weapons suck. These weapons have become very outdated very quickly. I really want to get rid of them. But both of her other options, you can't get very easily at all. One of them only appears in a store that changes randomly, and one of them is only on drops, so that really sucks. I'm very mad about that. Either way, Hersher Finality, extremely fun character, extremely cool. I am such a big fan. She is my favorite character in this game, by far, to use. Next, we have Helia. Again, haven't really used her at all, except in the Part 2 story. In the Part 2 story, though, very, very fun character. I quite like her personality, and also, we all know how I am, so, yeah, she's hot. That's about it. That's really all I have to say. Next, we have Susanna. I believe I got her from using Asterite to buy fragments in the shop. She's an interesting character. The biggest thing I can say about her is I really love the fact that her ultimate is a rhythm game. That is probably one of the funniest things I have seen in any game ever. Yeah, she's a very cool character. I've seen her in a lot of the demos, and it feels like she can be a lot of fun, but I just haven't had time to really get around to building her. But also, she's already a bit higher level than most of the other ones, so, you know, I'll look into that. Again, I want to make a physical team. Next, we have... Okay. I've been told it is AI, and I've been told it is I. I can't tell, because everybody writes it the same. So I'm going to say I. If you tell me it's AI, I will just say you're right. I don't care. This is just such a phenomenal design, and I kind of already knew what characters I was enjoying using, so in the fragment shop, I kind of just decided to get her when I could, just because, cool character. I don't really lose anything by getting her, so I'm gonna go for it. I like her a lot, very cool design. I actually very much like how her gameplay seems to be. I've gotten a few trial runs, and I just had to do her whole tutorial, so... Very interesting character. I do want to use her at some point in the future. Next, we have Older Grisio, Cosmic Expression. Once again, got from the fragment shop with Asterite. I don't actually have any super strong opinions on her. She kind of just exists. I know she kind of splits some Honkai Impact fans. I don't have any major, issues with her from what I've heard about her story. However, I also don't really care in any way, shape, or form, and I have no intention of using her either, so, you know, that's just how it be sometimes, gamers. Next up, we have Eden. I have spent exactly $1 on this game, and it is because I could get a free character of my choosing from the starter manual if I spent money. The lowest I could spend was $1. I spent my $1. I got a free Eden. Yes, I could have gotten her from the fragment shop, but also, I did not care. It was $1 and I immediately get one of probably my favorite characters just ever in terms of design-wise, so I will hear no opinions. I'm happy. Anyway, I've actually gotten to the point where I actually know about Eden from the Elysian realm, and yeah, still can confirm I like her as much as I thought I would. She is such a delightful character. She's very funny. She's just very kind as well. And I really like all the little quirks she has. Eden is probably still my favorite character in this game, although I've been corrupted by the amount of Alicia fans in my Discord, and I really, really, really like Alicia as well. And I still do not own any version of her, and yes, it does anger me every single day that I'm alive. I'm not gonna lie, the rest of these characters we're looking at are kinda non-factors. I got Partophilis from the Asterite shop. I haven't even met her in the Elysian realm yet. I just used her shop, so you know. Thanks for that. Natasha was just a pull from the supply. Durandal was just a pull from the supply, although this outfit is still very based. Zila. Zila is a character that I got from the starter manual. She is pretty fun to use, although she is relatively weak compared to a lot of the other characters I was still using before. There isn't too much to say about her. She is one of the few characters who at least has stigmata, and her stigmata are fairly decent, all things considered. I don't think they're bad per se, and they have the room to be leveled up, which I can still do. The weapon is, once again, kind of mediocre, but it's better than the alternative that you just saw. I want to start using Zila more. I just need to find the right team and right opportunity, so we'll see how well that goes. This is just 2 Fuhuas. I got one from a supply drop, and I got the other from grinding expeditions. This is Teresa Apocalypse. I got her from a supply. I really have no intention of using her, but hey, gotta say, she's pretty cool in the story. I actually really like Teresa in the story so far. This is probably one of my least favorite designs in the game, and I hate that I have her. I love her, and I don't want to see her fate. Please, 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 just let me skip that part of the story. This is... what is this? The Wolf's Dawn suit for Bronya. Okay, so here's the thing. I like Bronya, and I don't. The first reason is, I don't like Bronya's basic outfits. Hersher of Truth and Hersher of Reason. Incredible. Those are not counted in this. Bronya's personality in this game? Starkly different from Star Rail, but in a way that I enjoy. Very, very funny character, and honestly, she's just very nice, even though she doesn't express it that much. My problem with Bronya in this game comes from the fact that her basic battlesuits all look kinda trash. I have to keep it real, I don't really like any of them, and her gameplay is also very, very slow. In a game that feels so rewarding for letting you get up close and personal with your enemies and really just punch them in the face constantly, Bronya takes a more laid back and kinda campy approach, and I just don't enjoy it as much, I'm gonna be real. She's still a good character if you look more at the actual personality of the character. In terms of gameplay, for these suits, I'm just not a fan. Alright, so now we have 3 frickin' Yae Sakuras. I know this one is supposed to be Captain Verse, I believe? That is what I was told, I think? My memory's a bit foggy, but either way, this is also probably my favorite version of Yae. She looks so cool, dude! I absolutely love the colors, I love the pink hair, I love the mask, I love everything about this. Although, as you can see, I don't actually use any of them. I would, but hey, when you have 3 S ranks that are all pretty good, it can get a bit hard. I'll work on it. Here's the flame version. This is very nice, and I've commented before that this reminds me of a character from Fire Emblem Ryoma in a way. I very much love the design, but again, nothing much to say about it. And I believe this is her basic design. Yeah, not as impressive as the other 2, I gotta say. Alright, now we're getting to the Raiden Mei and the beginner characters. I have nothing to comment on this one. I actually just don't even like it that much. Okay, this is pretty cool. I like the colors a lot. The headpiece is throwing me off, I have to admit. There isn't much else to say, since it's just 2 different Raiden Mei skins, and we're about to get to the original Raiden Mei, which, me personally, I think that one's my favorite, but still, these are good skins. Kinda. Here is the original Bronya. She still has stigmata on her from earlier in the game. It's fine, I guess. I don't know. That's pain. Here is the original Raiden Mei. She is perfect. The only way you can get better is Hersher of Thunder or Hersher of Origin. That is literally it. This is a perfect character design. And lastly, we have default Kiana Castellana. There's nothing else to say. I like her. I liked how she played a lot in the early story, but now I have some better characters, and also more importantly, the game started giving me a lot of characters to use. I'm constantly using trial characters now, so there's not really much else to say, but again, I actually really enjoy the main trio they start you with. The main trio you're given feels like a very good balance, and also, because they're also in the story that early, you get to build chemistry in both gameplay and through the story, which makes everything feel so much more impactful. They did a good job when making the beginning of this game, I feel. Well, it was a bit boring to start out with. Chapter 2 was a literal snore. But everything else, pretty good. Pretty good. I don't really know what else I can really show about this game currently. This is very different from HSR, so I'm not really sure what else people would want me to go over. I mean, you can see in the top left corner here. That's my ID. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna... I won't censor that, I'll leave it in the video. Who cares, dude? Anyway, I'm level 72 currently. I have Eden as my staple character here. I want to change the profile pic still at some point, but I'm lazy. For achievements, I have 120 out of 152, which that doesn't feel right. I'm pretty sure that's a lie. It's either that or there's gotta be hidden achievements. So, you know, we'll get back to that at some point. Looking at the bottom here, I have 60 out of 458 of these frickin' cutscenes. Oh my god. I didn't know this. Oh boy, I'm gonna be in hell. Wait, did that just change to 61? Weapons. I have 43 out of 738. That adds up. Okay, that is more normal. Stigmata. I have 50 out of 1,148. What the actual fuck? I'm going to be honest, I don't give a rat's ass about either of these. The last thing I'm going to talk about real quick is we're going to go to attack. We're going to go to start. As of right now, my progress and everything is... Right now, I'm at Chapter 9 in the main story. Still need to do that one. I've completed all the way up until the start of... What's her name? Thelema? Her story. I've made it all the way up until the beginning of that and haven't continued. And lastly, we have a post-Honkai Odyssey. Here's my progress. It's not good. It's not impressive at all. I will say, a post-Honkai Odyssey is actually really fun. I actually really quite like the gameplay. It's a bit different from how normal Honkai Impact plays, but not in a bad way, mind you. I really enjoy the bigger emphasis on air combat and how you constantly can keep switching to continue your combo in air, and there's some characters that even reward that. It's very different, but very fun. Also, Adam, as a playable character, he feels pretty good, actually. I wasn't really expecting it, but his gameplay feels very smooth. I really like what he does. He feels very strong. It's just all pretty good. It's a nice, fun side mode. And I know not every Honkai Impact fan feels that way, but again, me personally, I quite enjoy it. So to round this off, I'm just going to give a few more general thoughts, but Honkai Impact is a very, very good game, and I really wasn't... I don't want to say I wasn't expecting it to be a good game. I've heard only positive things about it. I just didn't think I would actually enjoy it as much as other things. I went into this with a relatively open mindset. I went into this with a positive mindset. And it did take a while for the game to really stick. But once it did, this game is amazing. It is so much fun. I love so many things about it. And it does a lot of things right that Genshin and Star Rail still don't. I just don't understand why, A, newer games don't take from it as much, and B, why it still lives in kind of relative seclusion from a lot of other of Hoyoverse's games. We constantly see Genshin always getting hyped up because that is the big game now. We see Star Rail still getting its new updates, still doing very well. That is their new project that they're still supporting alongside Genshin. And now we're seeing Zenless Zone Zero about to come out. But Honkai Impact 3rd still kinda... It still goes so strong. Playing in 2024 is such a crazy experience because everything's already set up for me to enjoy to start with. And it gets you into the action so efficiently. This game is extremely fun to play. It feels very, very generous because I've gotten so many S-rank Valkyries so easily. And I feel like just other games would not be willing to do that. And even as something as simple as expeditions, you can literally just fast forward through dailies basically. That is so much better, because if you know you can already beat it efficiently, why are you gonna make me do it every single time? Star Rail doesn't let you do that, Genshin doesn't let you do that, most games I know don't let you do that. It is just crazy to me how good of a game this is, and yet it still just gets put in the shadows, and it doesn't get as much of the credit as it deserves. I'm not gonna say this is a perfect game, and for me personally, I still vastly prefer Star Rail, which is still surprising to me considering I really like action or real-time combat games rather than turn-based games. But still, this is easily my second favorite out of every gacha game I have played, and I really look forward to still playing it in the future. With all that said, that just about wraps up my thoughts about Honkai Impact. That wraps up what I wanted to show you guys in this video. Again, I'm not a great player, mind you, and I don't put nearly as much effort into these games as I really should, because content takes up a lot of my time, and I still like to play other games in my own time. But, absolutely incredible game. I am still constantly playing it, looking to try and get better. So, if you guys have any advice at all, I am more than willing to listen. I love hearing what people have to say, and a lot of people in the Discord constantly share things about the game as well, so if you have anything else that you'd like to share, feel free to join below, or just leave a comment. Alright, that's all I gotta say, so I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you look forward to the next video. Bye bye!